Morning. Welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome. YourFieldChoice.com. Daily hit and run show for Major League Baseball, MLB. Pete Cole here. Got myself a guest. I just dragged him on 3 minutes ago. I'm sitting going solo. Chris Duffy. What's up, Chris? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Good to be on. Haven't been able to jump on the show here for a while now.
Well, most of you guys know Chris. Chris is my Chris does CBB with me, college basketball and college football. He's also a big GBP player of MLB, which is good. So I get a little bit of a different insight today as we go through the show. But we started college football this weekend. We had a pretty good weekend, especially the main slate was tough because we made one stupid move. We're trying to be a little bit different, but evening slate went really well. The 4 o'clock, the 7 o'clock slate, the late slate went well. So it was a good weekend. You did, and you actually
did
well too, right?
It was a pretty good weekend. move here or there.
It could have been huge.
The edge is getting thinner and thinner, man. So I'm excited for college basketball, of course, and college football. But gotta try to grind out these last couple of weeks of MLB here.
Yeah, this is probably what NFL starts in 2 weeks. So we got a good 2 weeks of MLB going, 2 or 3 weeks before it gets really crazy with the call-ups and all that. But just check us out, YourFieldChoice.com. $25 a month. That includes all sports, first 2 months, free Discord. Also, football this week. We have a big Thursday slate for college football. So we're planning on doing a show Wednesday night for the Thursday slate. Then we'll have a show for the main slate. And then we have the Friday slate college football, Saturday slate college football. So if anybody's been with us for the college sports the last couple of years, it's been huge and a big money maker. But of course, you have the other sports. U.S. Open starts today. Chris is actually one of our tennis guys. I see you guys just posted a core earlier. I have no idea who half these names are, but that starts in an hour, right?
Yeah, there's some tough names for sure. You're trying to type them out and get them all in the core sheet and stuff like that. There's some interesting names.
I don't know. Yeah, not one of these names is recognizable to me. So obviously I'm not a tennis person, but that starts today. So if you're a premium member, we have the cores out. Riley, who's our soccer guy, also will be doing college football with us. I see notes in the premium room. So check that out. Or I said, join us. You can't beat the price, $25 a month. It includes all sports, especially you get our MLB, which has been crushing all year, of course. And we were on a roll again for MLB. Yesterday was a little bit iffy, but beside that, we've been crushing, and you get our college football, every single slate, all our cores, all our showdowns. So we'll have a core for every single college football slate. And then soccer, Riley soccer, he does that. Adam's been doing football, preseason football. That's been doing really well. So Eric's NASCAR. So doing well. So enough. We're here for baseball. And another week starting. Like I said, we have 2 good weeks left where we can really make money. I mean, we'll be playing till the end, but it starts getting crazy where some teams are in, some teams are out. The teams that are out will be playing. Players will be calling up. I seen actually Corbin Carroll got called up by Arizona yesterday. He should be making his debut today, so that's pretty big news for Arizona fans. They get the kid up, so I think he actually could be starting tonight. And that's pretty much it. No weather. I don't see any weather issues. So also reminder, 6:40 start today. It's not 7.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So FanDuel,
that 20-minute edge.
FanDuel 7, DK is 6:40. So FanDuel 6 games, DK's 8. So we're gonna be pretty much talking like DK, but FanDuel is same. Also, unless you want to, if you have some FanDuel prices, call them up. I never have them up on my screen, but if you want to throw some FanDuel up there, Chris, because I'll be talking DK. I do have some ownership, which is cool. So let's get into it. Vegas, no cores. That makes a big difference. Why can't I get chat? Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Anybody watching live, you can just throw chats on the side there. All right, so Vegas, implied runs right now. We only have 3 teams that are 5 implied. So the first one is St. Louis at Cincinnati. St. Louis, the highest implied team, 5.8 runs. going up against Chase. And I didn't even know Chase Anderson was back in the league. Well, Chase Anderson is back in the league. Who is Chase Anderson's gas Kansas City? I think he with Tampa, I think. But we've been picking on Chase Anderson for years, and I can't believe Cincinnati doesn't nobody else better to throw out there but Chase Anderson. But he's bad, and I just had his numbers pulled up, and the numbers are horrible in the minors. He is, check this out, in the minors this year. He's pitching for Durham and Toledo, 2 AAA teams. A whip of, well, no, actually, I got to take that back. In Durham, he was actually 3-0 with a .09 whip. Toledo, he got hit up a little bit. 4.63 ERA. Come on, Chase Anderson should be rolling through minor leagues. 4.63 ERA. Let me see, 72 strikeouts in 80 innings, so he's not even doing a strikeout per inning. So Chase Anderson is going to get mowed down, bombed by St. Louis tonight, I would assume. So that's why they're the highest implied right now, 5.8 runs. Then you get the Blue Jays, 5.6 at home, Rogers Center against the Cubs. And then the Phillies, who's maybe one of the biggest teams tonight, pitching against, with Mad Bum is pitching for Arizona, and the Phillies are 5 implied runs. So Phillies, Blue Jays, and Cards are the teams over 5 implied runs. On the money line, Toronto, the biggest favorite, minus 240. Jose Barrios is pitching today, so we got to make a decision on that gas can if we're going to use him or not. Then the Dodgers, minus 225. Tony Gonsolin game. Cardinals, minus 215. Miles Michaelis game. So there are 3 teams over 200 on the money line. Cardinals, Dodgers, Blue Jays. And then you got the Yankees in there. Frankie Montas pitching has been pitching a little bit better. And then you have the Phillies minus 188 against Mad Bum in Arizona. So get all that out of the way. Vegas. Weather. Said no weather that I see. I don't see any rain. No, I do see some rain actually. A little bit of rain in Cincinnati, right?
Well, just gonna have to check before it's too early to tell. So that basically,
so
there's some showers, but definitely gonna have to. Hopefully, it's not a big deal, and hopefully that it just is not a concern because
nothing else beside that though.
Yeah,
no wind really issues. A little bit of issues in target field, but all right, get all that crap out of the way. Let's talk baseball. Pitching. So I'm not sure how much you've had a chance to look at the slate, but this is actually a pretty damn good pitching slate tonight. You got 3 aces up top: Carlos Rodon, Corbin Burns, Tony Gonsolin. So pretty much, like always, got to make a decision. Are we gonna double spend up, whether Rodon, Burns, or Gonsolin, 2 of those 3, or are we going to go like a Burns and then drop down to like a Mike Clevenger or Frankie Montas or Jose Barrios? So that's the 2 options you can go: double spend up or 1 spend up in value. I'll give my choice. I'll give you a chance to look at which those 3 upper price guys that you like. To me, it's all about Corbin Burns is my top guy tonight. I know he's coming off a tough start. His last start was pretty bad. Actually, it was against the Dodgers. So at LA, he got smoked. Gave up 7 earned runs in how many? 3 innings, I think it was. Yeah, 3.2. Before that, he was not bad against the Dodgers, but he's going up against Pittsburgh. Last start against Pittsburgh, though, he wasn't that good. He was on the road, which is like 2 weeks ago. 5 innings, give up 4 runs. So Burns has not been the Burns we're used to, but Burns is great bounce back spot, I think. After facing the Dodgers for 2 straight games, this should be. He's still got 10. He's still rolling 10 strikeouts per 9 over his last 5 starts. Should get 9 strikeouts today, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts. Should get 6 or 7 innings. Pirates striking out 25.6% against righties, which is one of the worst. He's actually like the 3rd worst for the last 15 days. So Burns is my guy, SP1. Do you like Gonsolin or Rodon better than Burns?
No, I don't like them not better for sure. Burns is cheaper than Rondon. I do like Gosselin a decent amount. I've kind of attacked him. Used him.
He always flies on the radar too.
He's always lower owned. He's going to come in lower end tonight. Because there's another guy. I think when I first looked at the slate, Montas popped out, Burns and Montas, which I still don't mind. But I like Gosselin here with them. But Burns is the number one.
To me, Gosselin is the perfect GPP pivot. It's like people don't use him, and he doesn't get used enough. And the guy, he's like 16-1 right now. He's got an ERA of like 2.15. The guy just rolls on. Look at his last 5 starts: 2.76 FIP, ERA 1.57, 0.80 WHIP. Strikeouts could be a little better, 8.2 per 9. That's been pretty much the way it's been all season. He's been pretty much around 8 per 9. But Gosselin, and going up against Miami, 139 ISO to righties, 301 Woba righties, all low. And right now, let me see, over the last 15 days, the Marlins striking out 21.4, which is not, it's middle of the road. So Gosselin, I think, is a decent play. It's gonna be lower owned than Burns or Rodon. But if somebody said they're going to use Gosselin or those two, I would not talk you off them. And I think it's a good call because you're going to catch Gosselin has 25 DK. Rodon runs into trouble. Burns runs into trouble. You're going to jump over both those guys quickly. Burns is showing the ownership right now. I'm seeing Burns around 40%.
Yeah, Burns is going to be the price is against Pittsburgh. There is too cheap, and he's going to be a highest owned pitcher on the slate. I have noticed
up there 30% though. I can't. I don't think I could use him unless I double spend up. But.
Who, Rondon? Yeah, Rondon's a decent GPP play because I think most people aren't going to use him. But I'd rather go Gosselin. I've noticed a trend lately to spend up on pitchers the last 2 to 3 weeks, and get your hitters to go. There's so many guys coming in that are, just yesterday, Fairchild, Taylor. All kinds of cheap bats just hitting bombs. And the pitchers are kind of somewhat, the higher priced pitchers. I think most top guys still had Verlander in their line yesterday. So, because everybody else kind of sucks, but it doesn't hold true every day. But the last 2-3 weeks spinning up for your pitchers has been the play for cash games and even GPP.
And it's definitely, I've never seen so many 2K players in my life on DK and one slate. So it's been, you can pretty much pitch who you want. Right. You can even make your lineups for, especially if you're a GPP guy, stack guy, roll your stacks out first, like these, like a Dodgers, it's going to be expensive, something like that. And then come back and take your pictures, because we saw what happened in JB. Yeah, JB got hurt, but it wasn't his arm. I think it was his ankle. Stuff happens. But especially as we get closer to playoff time, some of these managers are going to start babying pitchers too, give them their 85, 90 pitches, and that's out. And then, that's done, and they're going in the shower. So, that's a good point. But you can get who you want pretty much with all these 2K players. So, but Rodon, if Rodon was facing any other team, the Padres have not been great, but right now, against lefties, they have a team WOBA last 2 weeks, a 444, 206, which is pretty damn good. Even on the season, 336 WOBA. So Rodon does not have the greatest matchup. If it was probably pretty much any other team, I'd probably be all over Rodon, such way Burns has been pitching. But Rodon is pretty much, yes, you can use him in cash at SP2, but I don't think he's SP1 material. I'm all about Burns. And then I'm probably going to drop down somewhere else to go for my SP2 and try to get some real expensive bats. Like an Aaron Judge, guys like that. Because Judge is starting to hit up. So who's your favorite mid-price guy? You got anybody you really like? You mentioned Montas, Cleveland,
yeah,
the guys I have my eyes on, but who you like?
Pretty much, the 4 guys I'm rotating kind of are Gosselin. As of now, Gonsolin, Burns, and then the two guys is Montas, who I think will come in pretty high owned for that price, and Barrios. Barrios is more for GPP, but I think Chicago has a couple bats that are out, and Barrios has a K prop of 5.5 around there from what I see. Is that what you see? Okay. So I mean, 7,600, is a decent price to ask for him, and I think you'll get him. What are we seeing? Lower ownership of him. I don't think he'll be super sneaky. Not against Chicago at home here, but I think he's a decent pivot off of Montaz. I'm done kind of getting away messing with my pitchers much. I'm getting more to mixing up my hitters, like I said. But I will have one like with the Barrios, Gonsolin type lineup a little bit, and then go from there. But pretty much that's what I have. First look at pitching.
Barrios really isn't so right now for ownership wise, we're seeing for these mid-price pitchers, we're seeing Frankie Montas around 35%. So pretty much people are going two of these three guys, Montas, Burns, or Rodon. Barrios is still in the 20s, around 23%, and then Clevenger's way down at 5%. I may like Clevenger better of all these guys, but first, I agree with your call on Barrios. Great spot. He's pitching. A lot of people don't realize this. I was talking to a bunch of people this morning how well he's been pitching at home. I mean, he just pretty much shut down the Yankees, shut down the Red Sox, who have been great anyways on the road. But now he gets home. He gets Chicago. Barrios at home is 6-1 on the season, 3-4 on the road, 4.10 ERA at home, 6.48 on the road, 25% K rate at home, 17 on the road, and his xFIP is 367. So, and the Cubs right now are not hitting righties, especially in August. 226, 295, 382 slash. So I think Barrios is actually in a really good spot, especially his recent form. He struck out 15 guys his last 12 innings over his last two starts. So I think Barrios very well could be your SP2 cash pitcher, and you may catch him a little bit under-owned when anybody's going the Montas route. I don't mind Montas. Montas is coming off his best game as a Yankee. Still something about Montas scares me a little bit. These Angels are not the Angels that we picked on 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Angels are getting better. They're coming off a sweep in Rogers Center. Trout and Ohtani are starting to hit up. They both hit bombs yesterday. Montas is, he had a good game against the Mets. That was, 16 DK points, 6 Ks in 5 innings. But I think I agree with you. I think I may drop down to Barrios to 7.6. Well, he's $400 more, but less ownership to Barrios. So, or one of the names, Mike Clevenger. Mike Clevenger, it was 8K, a little bit more than those two. It's a few $100 more. But Clevenger, I think, is in a conversation also against a Giants team right now who just isn't very good. And they pretty much have packed it in. Here's a good stat. Last 15 days, slate high, 25.9% strikeout rate to Radies, 25.9% strikeout rate, and 269 WOBA. So Clevenger's definitely in play also, and he's going to come in very low owned compared to Montas and Barrios. So it sounds like you like Barrios. I like Barrios. Yep. I would probably rank them Clevenger, Barrios, Montas, but they're close. I don't think Montas. I don't know, something about Montas. I got a gut feeling is kind of scaring me here today, but he did pitch well on that last start. Anybody else you see in pitchers that you'd be interested in, like for GPPs? There's not much here.
I'm not really gonna mess with it. I mean,
well, one guy I kind of. If you're still looking, Brian Bello for the Red Sox. Now, he's getting kind of a bad rap. On the season right now, he's got a 7.36 ERA on the season, but just jump right at. He's got an xERA of 3.25. His expected ERA is 3.25, even though the ERA is 7.36. Why? He's got a 4.72 BABIP. That is a very, very unlucky pitcher. And when you take that into consideration, plus a guy with a ground ball rate of like 65% or something, that's a pretty good GPP play. This is one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. Was a very bad luck, a top GPP play at 5.6K. I'm not sure if we need that value tonight. Once we get to the bats, we'll see. But Brian Bello, I think, is going to come in very low owned because of his recent numbers. But his last starting against Toronto, he did well, 17 DK points. I'm all over Brian Bello tonight as my top value at 5.6. The more I'm looking at it, the more I look at the XFIP, the more I look at that BABIP, 67%, 66% ground ball rate. Don't sleep on Brian Bello tonight at all. I think he's going to turn out to be a really good play against Minnesota. Though, let me see, Minnesota on the road, striking out 20%, really low WOBA, 269 the last 2 weeks. So they can be shut down. I mean, they're in Minnesota. They're at Target Field, but I really like Brian Bello tonight at that price. So if we find a stack we really like, I can definitely go a Bello Burns, Bello Rodon to be different. And that's the type of kid that can win you a GPP at 5.6. Anybody else? Because, man, I'm not messing with Javier Assads. I'm not messing with Robert Stevensons. I'm not messing with Chase Anderson. Shouldn't even be in baseball. Ranger Suarez. No. The Diamondbacks against lefties used to be a thing. But I mean, the last 2 weeks, 28% strikeout rate, so it still is a thing. I don't know. Ranger Suarez just never impressed me. Maybe it's just me, but I could say maybe GPP, but that's it for me. Brian Bell is my guy. It looks like down there. All right. So wrap it up pitching. Burns is the guy. I think you can definitely go Rodon, but I think Burns is the guy. You want to double pay up Burns, and you mentioned Gonsolin though at the top of the show. So Gonsolin's up there too. So would you use Gonsolin or Burns one choice for?
Yeah. If I'm doing a main right now, obviously we got 6 hours, 8 hours, I think. Either way, I'm not used to doing the morning show here, but yeah, if I was building right now, it's gonna be Burns, Gonsolin.
I like that because you're gonna catch Gonsolin lower owned than Rodon and Montas and all those guys. If you had to pick one, if you're going to go cheap and go Barrios or Clevenger, would you use Burns or Gonsolin?
Oh, Burns. Yeah, it's gonna be Burns. I'm not gonna overthink that. I'm gonna put him with Gonsolin or Barrios in most of my GPP lines.
No, I can't remember Gonsolin's last start. He pitched against Milwaukee. He was home. Yeah, it was Milwaukee. Was just in LA. He only gave up an earned run, but he only went 77 pitches. I don't know if there was a reason there or not. It wasn't like he was getting hit up. He got the win though. Let me see. I don't see. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem with Gonsolin. This is that he's at 128 innings. They're probably gonna be cautious with him. Playoffs coming, breakout year. And typical Dave Roberts. So that would be the one thing that would worry me about Gonsolin. Like you just saw, he was pitching well against Milwaukee, and he went 5 innings, 77 pitches. So we got to watch out the Dodgers. And I saw Max Scherzer made a comment the other day. Where did I see it? I think I saw it written, but he even made a comment that he did not like the way he was treated last year. He kind of alluded to it that he wants to pitch more innings and he wants to keep his arm going because he feels like that they babied him too much. And it hurt him in October. So,
yeah, that's a good point. That might make me like Barrios a little more. But Gonsolin, yeah,
he's been great.
I got to look up in a bit. There is a prop that shows you what they think what they think they're gonna, how many pitches they think they're gonna get in. So I'll look into that more later.
All right, so wrap it up. We're looking at either. You go Burns and Gonsolin. I think probably you can go Burns. You can even go Burns Rodon if we find a value, but probably it's gonna be Burns / Berrios or Burns / Clevenger. I think Clevenger is in a really good spot today, and then you got Frankie Montas in there. So this may be a nice slate. We're not going to see one pitcher, maybe Burns, but the SP2 is not going to be all over the place. I think we're going to see a bunch of spread out SP2 pitchers, which I kind of like. All right, that's pitching. So, and if anybody's watching live, any questions before we move on? What's up, Eric? Your Cardinals won last night. Catching. Okay, let's go catching. And we do have some ownership. We usually drop down at catcher. Right now, looking at ownership, as I'm going to babble as my computer is being slow. Right? Nobody. Of course, so it's Toronto against this Assad kid. I would be lying if I told you I knew a real lot about this Assad kid pitching. Javier Assad for Chicago. He pitched one game. That was his other game was against St. Louis, through 4 innings, 85 pitches. So Jay's gonna be popular. Kirk's gonna be popular. So Kirk's looks like he's gonna be the popular play at 5-1. If I had the money, I'm going all the way up to JT against Bumgarner. JT against Bumgarner is smash spot. It's a lot of money. You're paying almost $6,000, so I don't think you can use JT in a cash game. He's 4 for 14 lifetime, no bombs, but JT's up there. Kirk's up there. Kirk is very popular, or you go value. So anybody jumping out at you at catcher, because I like.
You mentioned Real Muto, sorry. Definitely the top guy there. I really like him. I do like Will Smith here. As be a little contrarian from Real Muto. So if you're spinning up those two guys, I am on the Dodgers some today. So outside of that, I'm going to wait for lineups and I'm going to see who I can get with. This morning, my number, the guy I like the most, I guess, is Higashioka for New York. If 2,700, even if Barnes starts, maybe him, but I gotta wait till lineups come out to see who we have for value.
Right now, I'm seeing Trevino projected for New York, but that don't mean anything. But if Trevino does get the start, I'm on the other side. Trevino's got crazy splits against lefties. 280 ISO, 438 WOBA, and then he's going up against Suarez, who actually been pitching well, but those are pretty damn elite. Those are pretty damn elite numbers, and a 360 batting average against lefties. So Trevino at 3,100. Don't mind Higashioka if he catches out of Trevino. And one other name is Carson Kelly against. I use Carson Kelly a lot. He's 37, so he's kind of middle of the road. But Kelly against the lefty, he's not hitting well, but this is still a get right spot for Carson Kelly. He's always hit lefties. We all know that. This year, 182, 311, nothing great. But Carson Kelly, I like that price, but I would probably drop down to like Jose Trevino. I'm not paying over $5,000 for Kirk. Probably not. He's back hitting though, right? I believe. He's hitting 220 the last week, 230 over the last month. So Kirk's not like hitting like he was, in May and June. But I think Jose Trevino. If Trevino gets a start, I think Trevino's my guy. Or Higashioka. Like I said, if Higashioka, I would take either of the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, I did skip over Kirk, but definitely in play. He has one of those three guys. We don't.
Yeah, this is a side guy, I guess.
Yeah. And right when you don't think Toronto's going to hit, they're going to come out and hit. So,
how many times have both of us used Toronto big time stacks, and then the next day I got to start playing my lineup the next day all the time, because it always seems like my lineup crushes the next day. like GPP winning crush, and I played the day before. I'm always a day early. I was gonna look up this kid for the Cubs, and I meant to look it up before the show started, and I didn't. This Assad kid. So we have very limited numbers. There's not any numbers we can even go by, but he's going to be popular. He's a righty. These Blue Jays hit righties. Springer does, Guerrero does, Tio does, Matt Chapman hits righties. All these guys. Looks like he's kind of a ground ball pitcher, but like I said, very limited sample size in Major League, so they're going to be popular. All right, let's get off catcher. I hate catcher. JT's the pay up. Kirk's the popular play. We both like the Yankees catchers. And I mentioned Carson Kelly. All right, so first base. First base right now, looking ownership-wise. So a lot of people are going to be on Mad Bum. Mad Bum is now just a pitcher, not Corbin material, but a pitcher we pick on. But right now, Paul Goldschmidt's going to be the popular play going up against Chase Anderson. So Chase Anderson has no business even being in the major leagues, but Goldie's is going to be over 20% owned. He's the cashy, chalky, optimal play. But we have a bunch of other really good bats to look at. Anybody that's catching your eye right away?
First base, Hoskins was catching my eye this morning.
Yeah, he always catches my eye.
Yep. There's first base wasn't the best, I don't think. You got some 2K guys. Colin Moran, he's decent.
He's back. My man is back. He's back. Yeah,
he's back. He hit a bomb last game. He's 2K. He's not been the greatest this year. Obviously, he was hurt. Might have to look at value for first base too. But Goldsmith, of course, popped out. Guerrero. But one guy I do like here, and like I said, the Dodgers. I do like Freeman for GPP. I think Dodgers are they're not your friend when it comes to GPPs, but it's at least I'll be 20 minutes in and tilting already. So I think he's a decent GPP play right there with of course your Dodger stack. But really just gonna pay up or try to look for a value. Our boy Pujols. And him, Moran, Biggio, see who's starting here, and kind of go from there.
Well, anybody that knows that's been following me in DFS and my shows for the last 3-4 years knows I love Colin Moran versus righty. I mean, Colin Moran is not the Colin Moran we saw in Pittsburgh a couple years ago. But if I'm making more than one lineup, I'm going to have Colin Moran in a lineup tonight against righty. He's always crushed righties with power. So you play Colin Moran versus righties. He's back. Hit a bomb yesterday. Streaky hitter. So definitely Colin Moran is going to be. I'm not saying you don't play any cash, but
don't let me cut you off here. But my last guy is we used him yesterday. We're telling him up Tejas. So he's 3,900. He's probably going to be one of the higher owned first basemen, I would think. But I like that price for him. He didn't necessarily come through. Well, he got 9 yesterday. So he faces the Goff. I like him here too.
Great, but I mean, Todd's a platoon hitter, and we played him yesterday. I made a mistake that I should have had Nathaniel Lau in every single lineup. Once again, I was playing the numbers. You always play Tuz against righties, but when Nathaniel Lowe was as hot as he was, you play Lau every damn day right now. And they're Dex not on the slate, but that was my one mistake yesterday. But and missing the time of Estella being out, that really screwed me up. But Hoskins against Bumgarner, great spot. You mentioned Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's got I think Freddie Freeman's got a BVP too. Moran's going to do his BBT in his lifetime against Michaelis. But Freddie right now, 300 batting average, 9 for 30. So he's got a bunch of at-bats against Pablo. Christian Walker, 4 for 10 against Suarez. I like the Freddie Freeman call. I think the best call looking at advanced metrics wise on the slate is probably Hoskins against Bad Bum. 297 ISO, 429 move was smash spot for Hoskins. And Shohei Ohtani against Frankie Montas. Well, I mean, Ohtani hit a bomb yesterday. Maybe he's waking up.
Yeah, definitely. And he'll come out and hit 2 or 3 sometimes. So, he's in play. He didn't hit a bomb last game. He hit it 2 games ago. Well,
Ohtani had a home run yesterday. Because I had a big argument with somebody and a friend of mine in New York that he was playing Ohtani. I told him not to play Ohtani. Him and Trout both went yard yesterday. And he made me look bad because Ohtani hit a home run.
Okay, well. Well, something's going on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just looking at game log for a second while you brought him up. I
had 26 DK yesterday.
Gotcha.
So, once again, if you're going to go chalk-wise, popularity-wise, it's going to be Goldie. And why wouldn't it be Goldie, right? Goldie's in a smash spot against a bad pitcher. Want to be different. I think that you can definitely go Freddie Freeman is a great spot, I think. Right, Tellez is the platoon. You mentioned Tellez. I love the Royce Hoskins price. He knows $5K now. I still like the Royce Hoskins spot. And any value, maybe Cordero possibly lefty against Bundy. Oh, Conrad. I mentioned I'm going to play Conrad as my value play, but I think Tellez is still too cheap too. You mentioned Tellez, but there's no values that really jump off the paper. Jose Miranda still sits at 3.6. Miranda's been great this year. Really under the radar. I mean, he should be in rookie of the year talk, really, if you ask me. He only hit 140 last week though, but Colin Miranda day, GPP. He's gonna hit him. Miranda's gonna hit a bomb tonight against Michaelis. Okay, second base. I'll give you a chance to look at second base as right now, ownership wise, still early, but early ownership is all pointing towards a few guys: Luis Arias, Rod Carew Jr., Johnny India, and Nolan Gorman for the Cardinals. Johnny India has been hitting really, really well. 11-game hitting streak right now. During that streak, 302, 375, 488 slash. Great spot for Johnny India against McCollus. I'd have no problem going there. I also think Colton Wong is too cheap on DK and FanDuel. He actually showed some power this weekend against the Cubs. He was 5 for 10 with 3 runs, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. So Wong's a good price. Anybody else a second? That anybody you see that's is Brandon Drury now second base eligible now? I think he is. So you can play Brandon Drury now at second base on DK. Gleyber.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at Muncy a little bit. And then I was looking at, let's see. Yeah, Muncy will definitely a GP. But the other guy I was looking at is Segura. He's been batting pretty well.
Good call.
Yeah, he's been playing well. You're getting these guys. You're gonna get some values probably in the outfield. So you get some of these guys like Tellez, Segura, all around the 38 to 4,200 range. So he's who I had from this morning. And he's definitely going to be in like a Philly stack. But Muncy and him more for GP. Muncy more for GPP in my Dodger stack. If he goes off, that could be over.
How about Christian Arroyo? He just keeps right on hitting along against Bundy. 350 over the last week. 340 over his last 20 games. 346 for Christian Arroyo last 20 games. 370 over his last month. 290 in the season.
2,500, I think, is definitely a decent ask for him. Definitely going to get him in.
Yeah, I think he's probably your second baseman. Is honest to me. Well, and you may think differently. I don't think there's no must play second baseman tonight.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason he's not really? He's not they're not thinking he's going to be in the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see him projected, but I've been seeing it all week. They don't have him projected. They haven't had him projected all week.
Okay, well, I'm looking at starting lineups. I don't know why I wouldn't have him in. Well, hey, let's mention this guy. I don't know. He's been batting well. Maybe he's a trap. Cordero. He's also first base eligible. 2 bombs in the last 2 games, 4 bombs in the last 4 games. Maybe just a home run hitter, but
you talking about Frenchie Cordero?
Yeah, he's 2K.
Yeah, so, I think he's second. I have him as first base.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was backtracking a little bit.
No, Cordero's a good value play. I'm glad you said it. That just popped up over his last 4 games. He's 4 for 9. You're right, with 3 home runs. So the problem is with Cordero, though, he probably gets pinch hit for if he starts, but 2K is a good price. And we were using Cordero, I think, at somewhere else. I think he was third base eligible, something like that last week. But no, that's a good call if you want to use him first base or outfield. Colt Wong's got a BVP. I mentioned Colt Wong a second ago, and now he's never mind, 2 for 5 off of Robert Stevenson. But I think Arroyo is the top. Ketel Marte is going to be BVP, but I'm not using Ketel Marte anytime soon. I like Christian Arroyo. Maybe one of these Cardinal second basemen, a guy like Gorman, Tommy Edman, they're both second base eligible. Gorman
isn't Wong a streaky hitter? I do like him. He's hitting hot right now.
Really weekend.
Obviously, he can stop hitting at any moment, but I know he's a streaky hitter, so definitely can put him in. I think the guy who won the Millie yesterday had Wong in there, so definitely.
Really? That's good.
At least for GPP, but a decent price at 3,100. And I do like Milwaukee a little bit here. Obviously they can.
No, he definitely played 3-1.
They can fail you, but yeah.
I mean, overall top play. Gorman's getting projections, but Gorman just has not been really hitting. He's only hitting 160 over the last week, 240 over the last 20 games. I would rather go Johnny India. We didn't mention DJ. I love the Shigura call. I'll play Shigura against Bum. You brought that up. Gleyber Torres is under 4K. He's going up against Suarez. I do respect Suarez a little bit from the Angels. He's been pitching really well. But Gleyber, that's a pretty cheap price for my guy. He's hitting 205 last 20 games though. I'm done with using these cold hitters though. So I would rather use like a Wong. I would rather use a guy like that, Brandon Drury, who's not second base eligible, but he's expensive. I can't believe you're still paying that price for Drury, but he's been hitting so well. Or Arroyo. To me, I'm looking at Wong or Arroyo, and maybe just a spot I can be different and have a value play. I don't think you don't have to pay up a second baseman tonight at all, in my opinion. I like Colton Wong when I'm looking at it. Okay, third base. Who we got? Once again, so this is what, a 8 game slate on DK. Member starts at 640. FanDuel starts at 7. Ownership wise, we got this is a nice spread out slate. We have Devers, Alec Bohm, Arenado, and Brandon Donovan all over like 12-14%. So Bohm's a good spot. Devers, I guess, but Devers just help me here. Who do you like? Talk me
for third base. Who did I put in this morning? Let's see. I put Baum in there. Yeah. I didn't spend a ton of time and I kind of forgot about the show a little bit. And I was like, hey, let's jump on. But yeah, Baum's a decent price.
Just
like I said, I'm gonna get some values. You can. Depending on what's going on with Gonsolin here. But yeah, Baum is who I put there.
Going up against Bumgarner, you really can't.
Donovan. I did like Donovan. I did like him some. this morning.
Donovan's on a 10-game hit streak.
Arenado, of course. Devers probably gonna be the highest owned guy, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Right now it is. I mean, he's still only hitting 170 over his last 20 games. If I'm gonna pay 5.8, I'm paying 5.6 for Nolan Arenado. To me,
how about La Stella here? What the heck the Giants doing here, man?
La Stella, well, I mean, who knows? Like how it would have ended up yesterday, but that was just bad. I for some reason I thought La Stella was already in the starting lineup when I walked away at 1:30. Nolan Arenado in Great America Small Park. I think honestly, if you can, he's back. He's on a paternity list. If you can get Goldie and Arenado in your cash lineup, and then roll like an Arroyo, roll a cheap catcher like we said, a Trevino, a Higashioka, a Carson Kelly. We can put together a decent lineup with like a Burns and a Barrios Clevenger. Because we saw like the large new bars in the outfield is going to be cheaper. We have Cabrera, we use it shortstop. So I'm making a lineup here, but I think you want Arenado and Goldie in the lineup together at Great America Small Park against a trash can pitcher. That's the way I'm looking at it. Unless you can definitely go Devers, but then you're right, but you get your Alec Bohm call against Mad Bum, who just Bumgarner is just a terrible pitcher now. So you can do the same thing and play Bohm and Hoskins at first instead of Goldie or Arenado and be a little bit cheaper. So you can do it your way. You kind of brought up too, though. That's so either way, but I like the Goldie Arenado combo. I love playing both those guys together in cast. They always seem to rock for me. And they've been crushing. Any BVP data to look at? Not Bogarts hits Bundy. Arenado does hit Chase Anderson. 4 home runs, 27 at bats. Boom. No one Arenado's my third baseman. Gotta be. Smash City.
Yeah, St. Louis is in a good spot here again. They're hitting so well, man. So
Chase Anderson has no business being in major leagues, and they all know him. They've all been facing Chase Anderson for years. They've all been beating him up for years. I'm surprised Goldie doesn't have a good BVP. Actually, only 3 for 15. But Arenado has always hit Chase Anderson. So Bomer Arenado. Unless you want to, if you want to punt or something like that, then you get like Costello you brought up. Brendan Donovan is on a 10-game hit streak, something like that. Brendan Donovan is a decent little hitter.
Yeah, I think
last 20 games.
Yeah, Baum's in a decent spot too. I'm sure he won't be sneaky in a Philly stack or anything. So,
but. Well, Bohm and Arenado both. I'm seeing about the same ownership. Brendan Donovan a little bit more. So okay, that's third base. Shortstop. So we're seeing a trend here. We're seeing certain teams. Obviously, we're looking at in cash. We're looking at Cardinals. We're looking at Phillies. Guys against Bumgarners, Chase Anderson, 2 veteran pitchers over the hill. Right now, our popular plays at shortstop are going to be Carlos Correa, Willie Adames, and Alexander Bogaerts. We see a really good BVP for Bogaerts against Bundy. Correa at 4.7 against Bello. I'm telling you, I respect Bello. And the more numbers I'm seeing, I'm not probably playing Twins, but Correa is going to be a popular play.
Yeah. Probably the top guy is Bogaerts. I do like Turner in the Dodger stack, but outside of that, it's kind of to me a weaker, maybe DeJong, and with Crawford. Crawford's the guy I put in this morning just because he was cheap, and at the time I had 2 upper tier pitchers, but it's a little tough. I think Adams is going to get some ownership.
You got a bomb. I think Adames had a bomb yesterday or Saturday night. Saturday night. Yeah. So he's been hitting well though. 320 over the last week, so that's a good call. How about Oswaldo Cabrera If I'm going to go cheap, if I want Arenados and Goldies and Corbin Burns, I'm gotta go cheap at 3 or 4 positions, and I'm looking at Oswaldo Cabrera for the Yankees. He's been hitting well, and over 3 yesterday, but he got on some walk. Before that, he got a hit in 4 straight games. Angel Stadium, kind of a hitter-friendly park.
Yeah, it's decent value for sure.
So he's a decent punt, dart. Ha-Seong Kim, I think, is a great, definitely GPP type of play. This Kim is, this kid from South Korea is really hitting the ball well, and he's better on the road. And last 10 games, 343, 410, 514 slash for Ha-Seong Kim. I'll play him against Carlos Rodon GPPs. I think it's a good spot for him. So it looks like, shortstop, people are going to be going to the Correas, Adamises, Xander Bogaerts. Said Bogaerts going to be VP. I'm probably going to pay down because I want Arenado, Goldie, or Bohm Hoskins. So I'm going to go down to like Brandon Crawford. You said I can dig him if I'm not playing Clevenger, or I'm probably looking at like Oswaldo Cabrera. I'll play Cabrera every damn night. And Mundo, so is like for guys with the Phillies now. He used to be a Cardinal. He's against bad bum. Play him at 2-2. All right. Outfield. Are you getting an echo when I talk?
No, not really.
I'm getting an echo back from my speakers. Maybe it must be me. Outfield right now, ownership wise, I want to get Aaron Judge in my lineup, and that's why I'm probably talking about all these Cabreras and Lastellas and Arroyos and stuff. I think Aaron Judge at 6'4", though. 6'4" is a lot, but he's due again. He hasn't had a home run in the last 2 games, right? Me and you know well about Aaron Judge. He's freaking. We have a love-hate relationship with him, but you almost have to play him. There is an echo, right, Eric? Okay. Maybe it's on somebody. Is it that bad? I guess it's a little bit late now. The show's almost over, but so anybody that's hearing echo, I apologize. Beside Aaron Judge, pay up guys, anybody that you like or feel like you have to play.
I'm gonna probably have some value here, but yeah, guys like Judge, Trout, maybe even Stanton here at 5,200. One of them can go off. Stanton, he's just getting back. He hasn't hit a bomb yet, but I think that's got him and Harper. I think it's coming soon. Those are the guys. You might want to throw Schwarber in there. Schwarber, sorry, but and Betts in the Dodger stack. But yeah, Judge and Trout, Stanton, maybe one of those guys, GPP wise.
Betts on fire. I didn't realize he's hitting as well as he is.
Yeah. Definitely in the Dodger stack, I'm putting Betts in. He's just priced so high. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Like the build I'm doing right now during the show is the St. Louis stack. So unless I go Pujols over Goldie here, I can't get Betts or Judge in. But I do like a couple other guys. I'll let you finish it out. Tyler O'Neill for the St. Louis stack, 48, pretty decent price. I don't know if Yelich is a trap, but he's been hitting well, and 4,100 is.
That's what I was just gonna bring that name up. He's also 5 for 9 lifetime against Robert Stevenson with 2 home runs, 9 at bats against Robert Stevenson.
It's a decent ask for him.
What's his price?
4,100. Yeah, it's not the greatest.
But he's gonna be popular then.
Well, he was popular yesterday because it was under 4K, and people like, under 4K, what the heck, So, but yeah, enough. Like I said, I'll just go all the way down here. Newt Bar at 3K leading off. he's got to go in. Cordero. I think Nick Gordon might be popular. Also, Dickerson got pinch hit for yesterday. I didn't like that. And then one last. There's just so many 2K guys that like people. They just been hitting bombs, and you got to pick the right ones. And it seems like you pick one guy and the other guy hits a bomb. But you got Vierling here for Philly, and you can get some of these guys in your stacks for sure. So like if you're doing a Philly stack, get Vierling in there. If you're doing a Boston stack, get Cordero in there. Stuff like that. But maybe Friedel. But all these guys, they do have pinch hit worries. But the last guy, Fraley. So you got if you're trying to equal out your line there, you got guys like Fraley and Newt Bar. You're getting at 3K and under. So a lot of ways you can go on this slate. A lot of spread out things, and that's what I got. I mean, there's probably more outfielders. We'll just have to talk through them.
You name Newt Bar. Newt Bar is almost a must play. You hit them all. TJ Friedel, Jake Fraley. One other name I'm going to bring up, and I brought him up at the beginning of the show, and I'm not sure if he's starting yet, but and I assume he's going to be starting. Even it's a loaded outfield, and that's how I was surprised that they brought him up. They're going to play him. Is Corbin Carroll got called up, and Corbin Carroll's a stud. And this is shout out to from Roto Ball or John Anderson's stat. I'm not going to steal a stat here. He came up with a really good stat. I saw there's only on any level. There's only 3 hitters in baseball that have over a 1.041 OPS. Aaron Judge, Paul Goldschmidt, and Corbin Carroll. Kid's a stud. Big time player. Gets a start tonight. And then you got the kid from Milwaukee, Garrett Mitchell, had a big hit yesterday for the Brewers. So he's in play. But I may play Corbin Carroll at 2K. I played Brett Baty in his first start last week at a home run. These kids tend to hit shots before they get a little bit cold in their first game. So if Corbin Carroll's starting lineup, I'm probably going to play Corbin Carroll. That gets me a 2K player in the outfield, and then I can go to an Arroyo. I can go to Oswaldo Cabrera at shortstop. I can get a 3K catcher, and then we can play Arenado, Goldie, Judge, or even like a George Springer. George Springer is on fire. He's in the middle of a 12-game hitting streak. He hit a home run for us yesterday. So then you can get a one outfield pay up, and then maybe a Christian Yelich or something like that. Lars Nootbaar. So that's the direction I'm going, and I think you're in about the same way. And the echo is really starting to mess with my head right now. I'm getting pissed about the echo.
It's not bothering me.
It's more on my end, but it's coming from my speakers. But so anybody that's watching later on VOD, I apologize for getting an echo. Okay, so give me your. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'll pick the home run call first. So you got to give me a home run call, and then your top 2 stacks. So while you're thinking of a home run call, I will give my home run call. My first home run call is going to be Corbin Carroll. He's going to hit a home run his first major league at bat. And then it is going to be, if he starts, Jose Trevino. If he starts. And then the real home run call is going to have to be Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins. So Corbin Carroll, Rhys Hoskins, and Jose Trevino if he could start for the Yankees. That's my home run call. Book it. Was one of those guys that go in yard.
All right. Let me see here. I would definitely say
I don't say Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Judge is good there. As far as home run call, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with either Goldschmidt or Arenado. In the Cincy ballpark there, I definitely think one of those guys can get it. I'm having a hard time with the lower price guys.
You know, I can see it in home run tonight. Joey Gallo. You mentioned Gallo. Did you mention Gallo earlier?
No, I didn't mention Gallo, but yeah, he's definitely in the Dodger stack.
84 OPS right now compared to 621 with the Yankees. Okay, my top stack, of course, we both like. I mean, the Phillies and Cardinals, so that they're gonna be chalky stacks. So beside the Phillies and Cardinals,
I think.
Go ahead.
I think I like a Dodger stack, like I said. Nobody's gonna be on them. Toronto stack. I'm just throwing one in because they failed so bad yesterday. And then Milwaukee. Just because Milwaukee, the prices are fair, and I can kind of get them stacked in.
I agree with you there. I think it's a good call. I think it's a really good call.
They're decent. I don't know if they're going to be sneaky as a GPP play. I don't know. Do you think the Yankees will be sneaky? But when I talk Toronto, I'm doing more like a smaller dollar GPP, just to have it in there. But yeah, Milwaukee.
I don't think they're going to be really popular. The Yankees, Toronto, or Milwaukee. I like the Milwaukee call because a lot of people are going to be on the Cardinals, and they're going to be on the Cardinals and the Phillies. So we're going to maybe get them a little bit lower owned. So I'm on the exact same other three teams you are: the Yankees, the Brewers, and the Blue Jays as secondary stacks. And that is it. Well, it's 11 o'clock. So my dog's barking, telling me he has to go to the bathroom, I guess. And so we got home run call. I said I like Corbin Carroll. Who'd you call? Freeman? No.
No, I said Goldschmidt and Arenado. Yeah.
Goldschmidt and Arenado. They're my two favorite plays. So they're both be in my cash lineup also. I like Corbin Carroll if he makes his debut. If not, Jose Trevino, Hoskins. So, and that's it. And thank you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. It was a big slate Tuesday, of course. And then Wednesday night, we're going to try to have a football show for college football Thursday. And then we're going to have EPL soccer show Friday morning. And then back to regular college football for the Saturday main slate. And that is it. Thanks, everybody. Anybody watching the band later? Deuces, we are out of here.